Is there something that you're not happy with in your house, but you just put up with it because you're kind of used to it? Well, for us, it was the lack of curtains in our kitchen. On every sunny day in the summer, Yuji and I would just hang up these beach towels on the windows because it was really bright in our kitchen. And one day we were like, why do we do this every single day? We should just get curtains. So that's what I'm gonna do in this video, is make some curtains for our kitchen, finally. Alrighty, so these are the windows. I was just trying to figure out if I should do 2 equal size curtains, one there and one there, but that would leave the door still exposed. But then I thought, yeah, I have to do that because otherwise then you get one really big curtain here and then a smaller one here, which I think would look quite weird. So I'm gonna go with 2 equal size curtains over each window, and then the door I'm just gonna leave it, and I guess some sunlight will come through, but it can't be helped. And then I was also trying to figure out where the curtains should start. If they start right from the top, then this long bit of glass here will get cut in half by the curtains, which I think would look a little bit strange. So I did a little bit of Googling, and I saw that actually a lot of curtains, especially kitchen curtains, they don't actually cover the whole window or the glass. The top is often left a little bit open, probably to let some light in. So I was thinking then to put the curtain rod sort of through the middle of this section here, and then have the curtains hanging from there, and I think that will look okay. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm just going to measure everything now, and then I'll be able to figure out how much fabric I need. We're off to Albert Kuip Market in De Pijp to buy some fabric. There's a few fabric shops there. I quickly became overwhelmed by the amount of fabric there was. So I kind of ended up panic buying this fabric. It's linen, it's really, really nice, but I probably could have spent a little bit more time comparing things and prices and stuff, but I just saw it on sale, so I was like, yep, that looks about the right size. I'm gonna buy it. So I also needed to get a sewing machine and a ironing board. Sewing machine was about 130 euros and the ironing board was about 40, I believe. I have used a sewing machine before, so I know the basics, but I'm a bit rusty. So let's just see how this goes, see if I remember how to do this. Yeah, it's not so hard. I still remember how to thread a sewing machine. I have a sewing machine back in Australia actually. It's very similar to this one, if not the same one. So I quickly realized it was going to be pretty tight with the fabric because my fabric is 150 centimeters long and the curtains need to be 120 centimeters long, and of course with a hem, so that only gives me about 20 centimeters of extra fabric to make the ties. So I was freaking out a little bit, but I just realized I had to be very careful with how I use the remaining fabric. This is just me hemming the sides. Yeah, I'm still a little bit rusty, so it's not the neatest hem ever, but it does the trick. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is from each piece, I'm gonna cut it into thirds, and then from here, quarters, 4 pieces. So then I will have 12 strips that are about this big, and then they're going to be ties, so that's going to be the ties for one curtain. So they're going to end up being quite thin because then I have to fold it and then sew it. So they're going to be quite thin, but I think it will be okay. We'll find out. Yeah, this took a really, really long time, turning all the ties inside out. Later, my friend actually showed me a way to do it with a chopstick, which was a lot quicker, but he showed me when I only had like one left, so that was information I wish I knew at the beginning. Now I'm hemming the top. What I'm gonna do is double hem it and then sew the ties facing down onto the hem, as you'll see in a second. Yeah, like this. 6 sets of ties for each curtain. And then I'm gonna sew across that, and then I'm gonna iron them facing upwards and then sew again. One of the reasons I did it this way is because I had such little fabric, so I couldn't add a facing panel, I believe that's what it's called, like an extra piece of fabric. To make a neat top, I had to do it this way because I really didn't have anything extra that I could use, but it worked out pretty well, I think. So, and it's quite easy, so I definitely recommend it. Okay, now I'm just gonna iron them up like this. Not the neatest hem I've ever done in my life, but does the trick. And now we're off to find a curtain rod. So something I didn't realize at first is that we couldn't use these circular rod holders because you have to pull the rod through, and our curtain is going to be between two walls, if that makes sense. So instead we had to find the holder where you could just place the rod on it. I think I'll show it in a sec here. Yeah, like this. So luckily we found that. And I also found this curtain rod, this white curtain rod, but it was quite pricey. It was about 40 euros from memory. So instead decided to get a plain wooden pole instead. It was about half the price. And then there wasn't any white matte spray paint, so I found this matte primer instead. I think it should be fine. The primer was 2 or 3, maybe 3 euros. So all in all, a lot cheaper than buying the white curtain rod, although a little bit more effort. So this is me trying to spray paint the rod on my balcony, and it was really difficult. I did a terrible job, maybe also because I was holding my phone with one hand. So I asked Yuji if he could take over for me. He's better at this kind of stuff, and he did quite a nice job. So finally we're able to put the rod up. This whole process actually took me about a month because I just kept on not having the time, or Yuji was out of town, so kept on postponing, but finally we can get the curtains up just in time for autumn, and there's a lot less sunlight in Amsterdam at the moment, but at least the curtains will be ready for next summer. And finally, I can put the curtains up. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I think it looks pretty nice. Still not 100% certain if leaving the door exposed was the right move, but not really sure what the alternative is. But I'm very happy with the style. The tie tops, I think that looks really nice. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the door, if you think I should have made the left side bigger to cover the door, or what your opinion is about that. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.